Hello guys, welcome back to Gamer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing Halo 3. I will first start off with the story. So Halo 3 picks up right after Halo 2. The main objective of the game is to find the final prophet and kill him and destroy the Covenant once and for all. The story was very well done with this game, and the Flood was introduced at the perfect time and ended the trilogy of Halo perfectly. That story was easy to follow, and I never got bored with the story at all. Now on to the sound. Now, as I have said before, the soundtrack for Halo is perfect. I will admit though that I preferred Halo 2 soundtrack over Halo 3. The sound effects are very well done, and I do have to say that the sound of the Flood is even more creepy and scary sounding than ever before. The voice acting was again perfectly well done, and Steve Downes and Keith David played their roles perfectly. The sound is perfectly balanced, the music is never too loud, and you can always hear the sound effects. Now onto the graphics. I would say that the graphics are actually really good in this game. It still holds up to today's standards of graphics. It is very impressive considering that this game was made for the Xbox 360, and with the Master Chief Collection, this game added 60 FPS at 4K, which means that this game looks even better than it did before. For the controls, there is not much to say, because, again, it's the Master Chief Collection, so the controls are universal with all the Halo games. For the content in this game, it only had two types of content. It had multiplayer and the campaign. The campaign had a little bit of extra stuff where you found these terminals, and you would read what the terminal would say. I was very surprised how quickly I finished this game, because I played on Heroic, and usually playing on Heroic means that the game would be longer. Now for the multiplayer. Multiplayer in Halo 3 was a lot of fun. I say this because the maps were really fun to play in, and the multiplayer wasn't that hard. I like the variation in maps, and how the game is played. I mostly played Slayer because that's the best mode for me, and I would say out of all the Halo games, Halo 3's multiplayer is the best of them all. So, this is the part of my review where I tell you the positives and the negatives of a game. I only have one negative. This negative is the fact that you do not have Cortana for most of the game, which is fine, but what I didn't like is that type of flashback memories that would happen about Cortana. These flashback memories were very annoying. The reason why I say it was annoying was because the gameplay would stop, and then Cortana's voice would start making you feel guilty about certain things and stuff, and the game would literally stop and hinder your gameplay. And the problem just isn't the voice, it's just that the game suddenly freezes. And it was just incredibly annoying because it would happen every like 10 seconds in the mission where you're about to find Cortana, and it can get really irritating. Now for one of the positives. I really liked the challenge within this game. I played on Heroic and it was a lot of fun. It offered an equal amount of challenge and ease. Yes, I did get quite frustrated in some missions, but that just added to the excitement of the game. It was exciting because you would not go directly into a firefight, because then you would know you would lose. And this just adds a sense of tension to the game, and really makes you think of what your next move will be. And if you make a wrong move, then you will die, and the next time you play through, you'll know not to do it that way, or else you will die. And this game never made me feel bored, and it was always a good challenge, especially playing on a harder level. Another reason why it wasn't so boring was because there were multiple ways to play a mission, because the maps were just so big. And if one way didn't work and you died, then you can try a different way, with different weapons and strategies. And quite honestly, I would definitely play this game again, especially on Legendary, and the story is just so well done. The graphics are great, and everything is just amazing. But anyways, this is the part of the review where I tell you if you should or should not get a game. And for Halo 3, I would say yes, you should definitely get this game. It just has an amazing story, the graphics are up to par for now, with great multiplayer, and just a lot of fun. There's just no negatives to have in this game. And this review was a lot shorter than usual, but the reason why was because this game was just perfect to me. There was no complaints at all. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and see you next time.